For the paper towel lab, this is an actual lab you are going to be designing and carrying out. This is the purpose of this lab is to practice your skills in designing a experiment. Okay, so our problem that we're trying to solve, our question, has to do with absorbency of paper towels. So many brands of paper towels claim that they can absorb the most liquid. How can we determine which towel actually does that? All right, so a little bit of background information. Since paper towels are used to pick up liquids, the volume of liquid it can hold is important. The amount of liquid a towel can absorb can be measured by the volume of liquid it picks up. Okay, so your task will be to design an experiment, a fair test, to determine the absorption of 3 different brands of paper towels. Okay, you will have these materials, or you will need these materials to conduct the experiment, or you can use these materials to conduct your experiment, but only these, okay? So you're going to need 3 different brands of paper towels. You're going to need water, probably something to measure with, so measuring cup, measuring spoons, ruler, plate, paper clip, and plastic cup. These are going to be the materials at your disposal, so you're going to be designing your experiment only using these materials, okay? So first, we want to identify our variables. So our independent variables are going to be the type of paper towel we are using. Okay, so you're going to pick 3 different brands, any 3 brands. I do recommend picking one that is kind of cheaper, medium level, and one you think is kind of like the more expensive brand. You do not have to do that. However, you can go to the Dollar Tree, get some paper towels from there, borrow from neighbors or families, and ask them what brand they're using, and then you're going to fill out the 3 brands you're testing here. It does not matter what order you put them in. Then you're going to come down, you're going to identify the dependent variable. So what is it that we're trying to measure in this experiment? Then you're going to form your hypothesis. We're going to use an if-then statement. So our example is, if skin cancer is related to ultraviolet light, then people with a high exposure to UV light will have a higher frequency of skin cancer. That second part there is the actual hypothesis, but they are often written in an if-then statement. So in this case, what are we going to be using? We're going to specify our independent variable here and our dependent variable here. Okay, but make it into a sentence. Don't just list them. Okay, make it make sense. Procedure, you're going to come up with an experiment that is going to test your hypothesis to determine which brand of paper towel is going to be the most absorbent. List out the steps here. You can have fewer than 6. You can have more than 6 steps. However many you need, you add them here. Okay. Go ahead, conduct your experiment, collect your data. So record the volume that each brand absorbed here, and then draw a conclusion. So based on your experiment and your data collected, what do you know about which brand absorbed the most water? Okay, so discuss your results, give me specifics, quoting your actual volumes, and then tell me whether it supported your hypothesis or not. This should be about 2 to 3 sentences. All right, and that is it for this one.